Okay, chapter 3, polynomials. So, again, remember the formulas are a review, watch them at the end. I just put them first on the website because I want them as the easiest access. So, again, watch the notes, try and do the homework, go to class, get their homework, try and do their homework, watch the videos, see how it all goes. But this is a review sheet, so this is going to be the things that we do. So the biggest thing we're going to do in this chapter is polynomial division with synthetic division. Following this format, remembering that the x-intercept and the thing you put into synthetic division and f of is all the same. The only thing that's the opposite is the factor. Remember, we have to insert 0 if you're missing a degree term. And I've found one or two teachers who does, if you're going to put the opposite sign of x in the x-intercept in synthetic division, you must subtract. Now, don't do that. It's in a box. Just don't do that. But if your teacher does, just follow that sentence. But synthetic division is plus, a very important part. We're going to be listing potential factors, and we're going to be using our graphing calculator. Talking about solving by inspection, remembering that if f of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor. And if f of a is equal to r, that means x minus a is not a factor, and that r is the remainder. We know that we can find x-intercepts by putting 0 in for y, and we can finding y-intercepts by putting 0 in for x. We're going to talk about end behavior. Now, different teachers are going to talk about end behavior a little bit differently, but I prefer you to talk about it in English. So we're going to be talking about positives and negatives with evens and odd exponents, and we're going to be talking about as x gets really big or x gets really small, is y getting really, really big or really, really small? And we'll talk about end behavior of different functions that have different coefficients with respect to positive or negative and whether their exponents are odd or even. We're going to be talking about multiplicity, specifically what the exponents of the factors are and how they behave near their x-intercept, either going straight through, bouncing off, or doing an interesting share shape. Remember, if all else fails, just graph it with a table of values or pull out your graphing calculator. We're going to be talking about x-intercepts and domain and range and degree and how many times things bounce and turn, and feel free to look at this table. It's a little bit confusing. Possibly ask your teacher to explain it to you. We'll still be doing long division. We're going to be doing a lot of long division and the steps for long division and when we have to use long division or when it's difficult to use our friend synthetic division at the top. We're going to be talking about factored form and y-intercepts. And again, more using of the graphing calculator. So we have to be good at all of these different things. Watch the notes, try the homework, do your teacher's notes and homework. Try and make sure that you're aware of all of these different things, kind of like a checklist. So we're going to be doing long division, which we're going to be going through the notes, long division, and synthetic division in the notes. So these are the exact steps with the exact English instructions, exactly how to do long division with the final answer. These are the exact instructions of how to do synthetic division with the final answer, with the factor theorem and a graph. So again, in the notes, I'm not going to be showing each individual step with careful English instructions. We need to make sure that we can do these processes without the English instructions. And again, the same page as before, but this time with a remainder and what that means with the remainder theorem and what happens with the graph.